rising in you, and as it awakens, your life will begin to shift at a pace that defies logic. Things will start to align with such precision that you'll be left in awe. But to fully step into this manifestation, you must understand how to align with this divine shift. Before we go deeper into this life-changing revelation, take a moment to pause, hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This number carries a powerful prophetic vibration, and by posting it, you send a signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message in your life. And remember, if you are truly chosen, your spirit already knows this message is for you. Only those ready to receive the truth will stay until the end. If you do, your life will never be the same. Now let us begin. In the silence of ages past, a sacred voice whispered across the cosmos. A voice lost in time, waiting for the one soul who could truly hear it. That soul is you. Not by accident, not by fate alone, but by divine orchestration, you have awakened. You were never meant to blend into the ordinary. From the very beginning, you were carved from a rarer stone, one that glows in the dark, one that holds the weight of destiny in its marrow. Now the final witness rises, not as a mere observer, but as the living proof that prophecy is not dead. It breathes through you. This isn't about religion, nor myth, nor fantasy. This is about the undeniable truth that the world has always known something, someone, was coming. The ancient scrolls, the cryptic symbols, the stars shifting subtly over centuries, they were all pointing to a moment, this moment, and you stand at its center. As the final witness, your very breath is a testimony. Your survival, your struggle, your resilience, they have all become part of the divine archive. In the face of silence, you spoke. In the heart of chaos, you stood still. You were tested not to break, but to become. What others called hardship, you called initiation. What others feared, you faced. And you transformed every wound into a weapon of light. The world watches and waits, but prophecy has already moved. It has taken on your shape, your form, your voice. No longer a hidden force, you are the living scroll, the breathing revelation. The very atmosphere around you hums with a new frequency, because you have changed. And because you have changed, the world must follow. You are not here to repeat history. You are here to conclude it and begin something entirely unimagined. The fulfillment of prophecy was never about predicting the future. It was about remembering who you truly are. And now, the memory has returned. You are the one foretold. The silence has ended. The witness has risen, and the world will never be the same. There was a message written long ago, encrypted in the stars, buried beneath mountains of myth and misdirection. It wasn't just hidden from the world, it was hidden for you. The sacred words were not lost. They were waiting. And now, as the veil lifts, what was buried has risen. You have unlocked the revelation, and in doing so, you have uncovered your truest identity, one that even the heavens whispered about, but dared not speak aloud. Most people wander through life searching for meaning, but your journey has been different. You weren't searching to find something new. You were unearthing what was always there. That divine message, silent for generations, has unfolded in your hands. It doesn't speak of a savior coming from the sky, but of power rising from within. The truth has never been outside of you. It has always been in your blood, your breath, your broken pieces being made whole again. To know oneself is the greatest revelation, and you have crossed that threshold. No mask can hide you now. No lie can keep you bound. Your identity isn't wrapped in titles or roles or what others believe. It's coded in divine truth. You are the heir of ancient power. You are the inheritor of sacred knowledge. And now that you know who you are, nothing can ever stop you again. As this lost message floods your spirit, you begin to realize that the systems of the old world were designed to keep you asleep. But you cracked the code. You rose despite the weight. You remembered the truth that others forgot. You are the miracle, the message, the movement. The revelation didn't just find you, it became you. You are no longer confined by the definitions of others. You've stepped beyond the illusion. And now, armed with this divine identity, you don't just walk forward, you lead. Because the message was never meant to remain hidden. It was always meant to be lived. And now, through you, it finally is. Absolutely. Here's the continued script with expanded content, emotional resonance, and deeply humanized language. Each section is long-form, powerful, and designed to feel more like something written from the heart of a prophet than by a machine. Let's keep building this divine narrative. Before the clocks began ticking, before the stars had names, before human hands carved symbols into stone and called it scripture, you were chosen. Not by random fate, but by a voice older than the galaxies, a voice that lives in the silence between heartbeats. You were not born, you were summoned. While others were being shaped by circumstance, you were being carved by the divine to fulfill a task so sacred even angels dared not whisper of it. You were made to break the seal that bound the future. The seal wasn't just a celestial lock, it was a barrier of belief. It was forged from fear, from tradition, from systems designed to suppress the awakening of your kind. But deep within you was a key, the audacity to question, the strength to endure, the clarity to see through illusion. Every hardship you endured was sharpening that key. Every heartbreak was another crack in the seal. And now it has shattered, not with a bang, but with the sound of your soul remembering itself. Imagine this, the divine realm watching in silence as you, the unassuming soul wrapped in human struggle, stepped into your forgotten power. You broke the seal, not through force, but through revelation. You turned your pain into light. You turned your doubt into command. While the world looked for saviors in temples and stars, you became one through the fire of your life. You didn't wait to be chosen. You remembered that you already were. And this seal you've broken, it wasn't just cosmic, it was personal. It was the belief that you were small, that you were just another name on a list of lives. But now, the heavens know your name, and not as a servant, but as a sovereign. You don't serve prophecy, you complete it. The age of waiting is over. The time of remembrance has begun. So take this truth and wear it like armor. You were never random. You were written in the language of stars and encoded in sacred geometry. And now that you've broken the seal, the story can finally begin. Not as it was told, but as you will write it. They watched you, those ancient beings, not with judgment, but with awe. The gods of old, those who once ruled over elements, empires, and eternal mysteries, now look upon your awakening with reverent trembling. For even they, in their celestial wisdom, did not expect that you, forged in struggle and wrapped in mortality, would rise beyond them. You weren't created to worship. You were born to awaken. The Hermetic gods were keepers of knowledge, builders of veils, architects of truths too sacred for the unready. But you have proven yourself more than ready. You reached into their hidden realms, not with arrogance, but with alignment. You saw through the illusions they themselves helped shape. And in doing so, you touch the edge of the divine, not to ask for permission, but to become the authority. Your awakening is not a rebellion. It is a remembrance, a return to the place where gods and mortals meet, not as ruler and subject, but as mirror and reflection. And in that mirror, they saw something even they had forgotten. The original spark, the seed of creation, the truth that no throne lasts forever, and no crown is higher than truth itself. And you, beloved disruptor, have become that truth in motion. When gods tremble, it is not from fear, it is from recognition. They see in you the embodiment of what they once were and what they can no longer be. You are not bound by the ancient rules. You are writing new ones. You are not standing at the gates. You are the gate, the passageway between what was and what will be. And for that, they do not resist you. They honor you. Let the world know this. Your power is not borrowed. It is not learned from dusty scrolls or mythic mentors. It is encoded in your soul. It rises each time you breathe, speak, walk, and remember. Even the gods bow not out of duty, but because your light commands respect. And now you walk among realms with the authority of one who has awakened, not just for themselves, but for all creation. It was never just prophecy. It was never just symbols, horses, trumpets, beasts, and judgments. The book of Revelation, feared by some, misunderstood by many, was a coded autobiography written across time for you. Not to frighten you, but to remind you. Every metaphor, every vision, every thunderous verse was pointing to you, the final witness, the one who would not only see the end, but write a new beginning. The scrolls were never sealed to keep you out. They were sealed until you were ready. And now, as your soul cracks open, the book opens with you. The seals break in rhythm with your rising. The trumpets sound because you remembered who you are. The beasts are not monsters. They are shadows you've already conquered. The apocalypse isn't destruction, it's unveiling. And it begins not in the sky, but in you. Every line in Revelation that once sparked fear now illuminates purpose. The fire, it's the sacred transformation you've survived. The plagues, they are lies being burned away. The Great War, it's not out there. It's the battle you've fought inside your heart to reclaim your divine identity. And the new heaven and new earth, they begin wherever you walk in truth and power. You don't read Revelation anymore. You live it. And not as a victim of prophecy, but as its voice, as the one who brings it to life. The words were waiting for a soul brave enough to embody them, to rewrite their fear into fire, their judgment into justice, their endings into resurrection. And now, you've stepped into the page. Let the scholars debate. Let the preachers fear. But you know, Revelation is not a forecast. It is a mirror, and you are not waiting for the world to end. You are here to awaken the world to a truth more ancient than time. The divine is not coming. The divine is already here, and its name is you. Survival is the first step, but you are far beyond merely surviving. You are the spark that sets the old world ablaze, the divine disruptor who refuses to be confined by limits imposed by time, fate, or the gods themselves. When the storm raged and darkness sought to consume you, you did not merely endure, you fought with a fire so fierce that it melted chains and shattered every cage. That fire inside you is not just strength, it is revolution incarnate. Most people seek comfort, cling to safety, or pray for salvation. But you are the one who stands in the center of the tempest and declares, "No more." You refuse to be a footnote in someone else's story. You break the patterns that kept entire generations shackled in fear, doubt, and submission. Your spirit is a hammer smashing ancient idols, your courage a lightning bolt electrifying the dormant souls around you. Being the divine disruptor means you rewrite the rules of reality. You challenge systems built to keep truth hidden and power concentrated in the hands of a few. You don't just challenge the old order, you dismantle it piece by piece, not for chaos, but to clear space for new creation. Your very existence is a protest against injustice and stagnation, a declaration that the sacred belongs to the bold, the awakened, the fearless. There's a divine irony in your story. While others saw the end as destruction, you saw it as a door. The door to freedom, transformation, and rebirth. You are the breaker of seals, the breaker of chains, the breaker of silence. The universe has watched in awe as you refuse to accept anything less than your full power and purpose. So stand tall, disruptor. Your role is not for the faint-hearted. You are the revolution's heart, beating beneath the world's surface. The one who awakens the sleeping, ignites the hope in the hopeless, and heralds a new dawn where the divine is not distant, but deeply alive, fiercely present, and radically yours. There was a time when the world believed that the ancient order was eternal, unbreakable, a cosmic hierarchy that kept the heavens and earth in rigid balance. But your very presence is a declaration that the ancient order is not only flawed, it is broken. You did not come to uphold the status quo. You came to shatter it and create something infinitely more radiant. This ancient order was built on fear, fear of change, fear of truth, fear of those who dared to challenge. It was sustained by silence, conformity, and unquestioned power. But you have torn through those veils like a comet blazing across the night sky. Your existence is a living paradox, fragile and fierce, mortal and immortal, human and divine. The consequences of your awakening ripple through dimensions unseen. Old institutions, long considered immutable, tremble before your light. The cosmic laws once thought permanent now bend and shift in response to your will. Your life is a testament to the fact that no power, no matter how ancient, can hold down the truth when it wants to rise. History will remember this era as the moment the world's foundation cracked. You are the crack, widening, deepening, unstoppable. Your footsteps echo in the halls of the gods, and every step you take reshapes the blueprint of existence itself. This is not rebellion for its own sake. It is the sacred dismantling of a broken world to reveal the divine architecture beneath. A universe where freedom, love, and truth reign supreme. And you, the shatterer of ancient orders, are the architect of that new creation. Look up. The heavens no longer watch passively. They bear witness to the rising of the chosen. The stars themselves seem to pulse in rhythm with your heartbeat. Celestial bodies realign as if recognizing your sovereignty. You do not just walk on this earth, you command the very cosmos. The ancient sky was a tapestry of distant gods and unknowable forces, but now it is your stage. The constellations don't dictate your fate, they bow to your vision. The winds carry your name across galaxies, and the silent void vibrates with the power you wield, a power not granted, but remembered. This command is not tyranny, it is harmony, the alignment of your soul with the universe's deepest truths. The universe is alive, and it responds to the strength of your presence. Like a conductor leading an orchestra, you guide energies unseen, crafting realities that were once deemed impossible. When the heavens bear witness, it is the ultimate validation. It is the cosmos itself, acknowledging that you are no longer a part of the crowd. You are the chosen conductor of fate, the divine architect of the final act. Your will ripples outward, shaping stars, destinies, and time itself. Feel the weight and wonder of this truth. The universe, in all its vastness, recognizes your authority. And with that recognition, a cosmic partnership is born. One that promises that the last chapter will be written not by chance, but by your deliberate, unyielding hand. Truth is often sought as a destination, a hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered. But for you, the journey was different. You didn't find truth outside yourself. You became it. The truth is not a thing to possess, but a state to embody, and you have stepped fully into that light. This transformation is not theoretical or abstract. It is deeply personal and radically real. Each moment you chose courage over fear, each time you refused to bow to falsehoods, you stepped closer to becoming the living embodiment of truth. You no longer chase it because you are the truth, unyielding, luminous, and eternal. Imagine the freedom that comes with this realization. The chains of doubt and uncertainty dissolve because you are no longer dependent on external validation or transient beliefs. Your existence itself is a declaration that truth is not out there somewhere. It is here, now, within your being. You inspire others not because you preach, but because your life radiates authenticity. Your presence breaks illusions, awakens hearts, and calls forth hidden courage in those around you. You are the living mirror reflecting the divine light that all souls seek. Truth, once a distant star, is now the fire burning within you. You are the revelation that awakens the world, not through words alone, but through the power of a life fully realized. The world expected silence, submission, conformity, quiet endurance. But what no one saw coming was your rise to sovereignty. From the depths of quiet struggle, you emerged as a force of nature, an unstoppable power that refuses to be ignored or contained. Your journey has been marked by moments of isolation, doubt, and seeming defeat. Yet in those moments, you forged an inner kingdom where your spirit ruled supreme. This sovereignty is not about control over others, but about mastery of self, the kind of power that transforms pain into wisdom, weakness into strength, and silence into roar. Many underestimate the quiet ones, the ones who seem invisible or broken. But those are the souls destined for greatness. You took the shadows as your throne and ruled them with grace and determination. Your power was never flashy or loud. It was steady, unwavering, and deeply magnetic. Now, as your sovereignty unfolds, you stand as a beacon to all who long to claim their own power. Your story proves that true power doesn't come from domination, but from authenticity, from the courage to own your truth, to speak your voice, and to live unapologetically. This is your time, the time when silence breaks, chains fall, and the throne of your soul is revealed. No one expected it, but now none can deny it. You may have felt like a small ripple in an endless ocean, but the truth is this: your will is the catalyst rewriting the universe. Every thought you hold, every decision you make, is a stroke on the canvas of reality itself. The universe bends, twists, and reforms, aligning itself to the power of your intent. Think of the cosmos as a vast storybook. For eons, it followed scripts written long ago. But now, the pen is in your hand. The patterns of stars, the flow of time, even the laws of nature are responding to your command. This is not fantasy. It is the ancient truth hidden in plain sight. This is why your awakening feels so profound and unsettling. Change is happening not just around you, but because of you. The very fabric of existence is shifting in harmony with your inner evolution. You don't have to force the universe. You only need to align with your highest truth, and the cosmos does the rest. This rewriting is a sacred dance, a divine partnership between you and the infinite. It reminds us that reality is not fixed, but fluid, and that your consciousness is a creative force of immeasurable power. The universe is not indifferent. It is alive, aware, and responsive, and it rewrites itself around the boldness of your will. The will to be free, to be whole, to be truly yourself. For centuries, seekers have searched for the divine code, a secret language hidden within the fabric of reality that holds the keys to enlightenment, power, and ultimate understanding. It was thought to be unreachable, guarded by layers of mystery and divine will. But you, the chosen one, have cracked it. This is not a metaphor, but a profound truth. Through your journey, you decoded the language of the universe. You translated the whispers of stars, the pulse of creation, and the hidden geometry of existence into living knowledge. You hold the cipher that turns chaos into cosmos, fear into faith, and limitation into limitless potential. Cracking this divine code is more than intellectual achievement. It is spiritual awakening. It means you no longer stumble blindly through life's labyrinth. You now see the patterns, the connections, the sacred design beneath every moment and challenge. This code isn't written in books or etched on tablets. It is inscribed in your very being, in your thoughts, your actions, your heart. And with this knowledge comes responsibility. You are now the guardian of a sacred truth that can transform not just your life, but the lives of countless others. The divine code was never meant to be locked away forever. It was waiting for you, the one brave enough to decode it and powerful enough to live by it. You have cracked the code, and with it, you hold the key to a new dawn. While the world feared the end times as a period of darkness and despair, you understood a secret that few have seen. The end is always a beginning. The final chapter of one story births the first pages of another. The apocalypse is not closure, it is rebirth. For you, the so-called end times were the crucible that forged your awakening. The chaos, the collapse, the shaking foundations were the sacred fire that purified and prepared you. What others saw as doom, you recognized as divine invitation. You stood firm while everything crumbled. You did not run from the storm, but welcomed it, knowing that the storm was your calling. And from that tempest, you emerged renewed, transformed from mere survivor to sovereign creator. Your story rewrites the narrative of endings. Where the world saw loss, you saw opportunity. Where they saw destruction, you saw the fertile soil of creation. The end times were never meant to extinguish light, but to reveal the brightest flame, yours. You embody the truth that every ending is a gateway. The book may close, but the author continues. You are the chosen one who steps through the final door and into a new realm, one crafted by your vision, your courage, and your divine spark. Revelation is not the end. It is the spark that ignites revolution, a profound upheaval of old systems, beliefs, and limitations. You stand at the threshold of this new era, not just as a witness, but as its fearless leader. This revolution is not fueled by anger or destruction, but by awakening and creation. It is a shift from passive acceptance to active sovereignty, from silent suffering to bold expression, from fragmented existence to unified power. You have been chosen to lead this movement because you embody the paradox of revelation and revolution. You know the sacred truths and have the courage to challenge what no longer serves the highest good. You are the catalyst for a world reborn in love, justice, and freedom. As this new era unfolds, your voice will inspire millions. Your actions will ripple through generations. Your vision will shape realities. This is the dawn of a time where the divine is no longer distant, but lived, breathed, and wielded by awakened souls like you. The revolution is not coming. It has already begun. And it begins with you. Every story must have its conclusion, but your legacy is more than an ending. It is the final chapter that brings the entire Book of Ages to its sacred close. You are the last word, the ultimate truth, the final imprint on the eternal scroll. Your legacy is not written in monuments or history books alone. As the final witness and the chosen one, you hold the power to seal the great story, not with silence, but with a roar of awakening. You are the bridge between what was and what will be, the living testament that the divine story never truly ends. Know this, your life is the climax of an ancient saga, the crescendo of countless lifetimes of waiting, and your choices now echo through eternity. You have fulfilled the prophecy not by standing above it, but by living within it fully, with courage, truth, and love. Your legacy is not just your story, it is the story of all who come after, inspired by your awakening. So stand proud, final witness. Your chapter is the light that closes the Book of Ages and opens the doorway to forever. The awakening you have experienced is no fleeting moment. It is an echo that travels beyond time, reaching through the ages like a clarion call to every soul who has ever dreamed of freedom and truth. Your voice does not simply speak, it resounds. It breaks barriers that once held humanity captive in silence and fear. This echo carries the weight of countless ancestors, those who whispered prayers in shadows and held hope in their hearts during darkest nights. It is their legacy, woven into your breath, carried on your words. When you speak your truth, you revive that ancient song, and the universe listens. Eternity is not a distant realm, but a living tapestry where your awakening is a golden thread. It weaves together past, present, and future in a seamless dance of purpose. Your voice transcends the moment. It becomes a beacon, guiding those lost in despair towards the dawn of their own awakening. This is the power of true awakening. It refuses to remain hidden or confined. It is a wildfire, igniting hearts across generations. Your truth is the spark, your courage the flame, and your voice the wind that carries it onward, unstoppable and eternal. Let your voice ring out without fear or hesitation, for it is more than words. It is the sacred echo of the divine, heard and honored across all times. Through you, the ages themselves awaken. The path you walk is unlike any other. It is hidden beneath the layers of everyday life, beneath illusions crafted by fear, control, and distraction. But you have stepped beyond the veil that blinds most, glimpsing the deeper currents that shape existence itself. This path is solitary, yet interconnected. It requires fierce solitude, but opens into profound unity with all life. Each step you take is a conscious choice to see through deception and live in raw, unfiltered truth. It is a path that asks for courage, resilience, and relentless curiosity. Beyond the veil lies a world rich with sacred mysteries, ancient wisdom encoded in nature, cosmic patterns that reveal your purpose, and spiritual truths that transform ordinary moments into revelations. Walking this path, you become a bridge between worlds, a translator of divine secrets. You are not lost, though the path may be shrouded in shadow. Your inner compass, forged from your trials and revelations, points unwaveringly toward light. This hidden path is not just a journey. It is a transformation of perception, a rewriting of what is possible for humanity. As you walk beyond illusion, know that you carry the footsteps of countless seekers who came before and the hope of countless souls who will follow. Your journey is sacred. Your path, though hidden, is destined to become a road of light for others to walk. Pain is often seen as something to be avoided or healed away. But in your sacred story, pain has become the crucible of transformation, the fire within that has forged you into a being of extraordinary power and wisdom. Every wound you have carried, every heartbreak endured, has been a refining flame, burning away falsehoods and illusions to reveal the pure essence of your soul. Your suffering was never a sentence. It was a sacred ritual, inviting you to rise from the ashes with a new and radiant strength. This fire is not destructive. It is creative and regenerative. It cleanses what no longer serves you and lights the path to your highest self. In the depths of your darkest moments, you found a flame that no storm could extinguish, a fire that now burns bright enough to illuminate the world. You are a beacon forged in sacred flames, a living example that pain is not the enemy, but a guide to profound awakening. Through your story, others learn that their struggles are not signs of defeat, but invitations to deeper power. Embrace the fire within, for it is your birthright and your greatest gift. It connects you to the eternal dance of destruction and creation, reminding you that even in burning, there is sacred becoming. Deep within you lies a heart sovereign and untamed, a heart that beats not for permission, but for freedom, truth, and love. Claiming this divine birthright is the most courageous act you will ever undertake, and it changes everything.
When it comes to you, you're looked at the person that does not give any F at all. You're going to